Have you ever felt like you were being watched? In the remote forests of northern Michigan, a group of friends discovered they weren't alone. Local newspapers reported strange disappearances and eerie sightings, but no one could explain the truth behind the woods. What started as a weekend getaway turned into a nightmare they'll never forget, if they survive to tell the tale.
The forest was supposed to be peaceful. That's what Emma told herself as she and her friends, Jake, Mia, and Ryan, drove deeper into the woods of northern Michigan. The cabin was a last-minute rental, a rustic retreat far from cell service and city noise. But as the trees closed in around them, Emma couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. The first night, they sat around the fire, laughing and roasting marshmallows. That's when they heard it, a low, guttural growl, like an animal, but not quite. Jake grabbed a flashlight and scanned the tree line. "Probably just a bear," he said, though his voice wavered. Emma noticed the way the shadows seemed to shift, as if something was moving just out of sight. The next morning, Ryan was gone. His sleeping bag was empty, the cabin door wide open. They searched the woods for hours, calling his name, but found nothing. That's when Mia noticed the footprints, not Ryan's, but something larger with claw-like marks. "What the hell is this?" she whispered, her face pale. By nightfall, the tension was unbearable. The growling returned, louder this time, and the air grew thick with the smell of rot. Jake insisted they stay inside, but Emma couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. She peered out the window and froze. In the moonlight, she saw a figure, tall and hunched, its skin pale and cracked like bark. Its eyes glowed yellow, and its mouth stretched into a grin too wide to be human. "We need to leave, now," Emma said, her voice trembling. But as they packed their things, the power went out. The growling turned into a deafening roar, and the cabin shook as something slammed against the walls. Jake grabbed a knife and stood by the door, but when it burst open, he was yanked into the darkness. His screams echoed through the woods, then stopped abruptly. Emma and Mia ran, their flashlights cutting through the trees. But the trails they'd followed earlier were gone, replaced by endless, twisted paths. The creature's laughter followed them, low and guttural, as if it were playing with them. Finally, they stumbled into a clearing and froze. In the center was a crude altar covered in bones and dried blood. Surrounding it were photos of them. Emma recognized pictures from their college days, from parties and trips they'd taken years ago. "What is this?" Mia whispered, her voice breaking. Before Emma could answer, the creature emerged from the shadows. It spoke, its voice like nails on a chalkboard. "You shouldn't have come back." Emma's blood ran cold. She remembered now, the camping trip 5 years ago, the night they had gotten lost and stumbled upon a ritual in the woods. They'd run, pretending it never happened, but the woods hadn't forgotten. The creature lunged and Mia's scream was cut short. Emma ran, but the trees seemed to close in around her. She tripped, falling into a pit filled with bones. Above her, the creature loomed, its grin widening. "You're mine now." The last thing Emma saw was the flash of a knife. The woods fell silent, and the creature disappeared into the shadows, waiting for its next victims.